going to use the other camera for the moment. All right. So you can still hear me okay, right?
A little more distant, but I can hear you, yes.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is these rolls again. Okay. We're going to be on the ground doing these rolls. So you go ahead and go on the ground. And what we're
Although
going to do
the lighting is, or maybe it could be me, but the lighting is a little tough.
Okay, hold on.
If you move forward a foot, I think it'll be better. Like I see lighting a foot in front of you.
Okay. How's that?
That's better.
Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to be doing this rocking back and forth again. Like so. And switching your feet. Okay. So we're going to rock. Rock. And have your hands up. Protect yourself. Now, whenever we count, we're going to start counting in a metametric. So, 1 is ua. Say ua. Ua. 2 is soon. Soon. So it's ua. Soon. Okay. 3 is kunt. Say kunt. Kunt. Ua. Soon. Soon. Kunt. Kunt. 4 is histogen. 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 Okay. Ua. Soon. Kunt. Okay, pause for a second. I made a mistake. 4 is fidget. Fidget. Okay. What was positive? There goes fidget. Juau. Juau. Wow. And sights. Safet. Safet. Human. Human. Visitor. Visitor. Much. Much. Let's do it. Ua. Ua. Soon. Soon. Kunt. Kunt. Fidju. Fidju. Juau. Wow. Asais. Asais. Safet. Safet. Human. Human. Histogen. Histogen. Mud. Mud. Okay? So that's counting from 1 to 10. Got it? So we're going to do it again. Ready? Let's rock. Ready? Ua. Soon. Soon. Kunt. Kunt. Fidju. Fidju. Juau. Juau. Asais. Asais. Safet. Safet. Kuman. Kuman. Histogen. Histogen. Mut. Mut. Okay. So that's 1 through 10. Okay. And then what's basically all we do is do 1 through 10. And then we do 1 through 10 again. So the second 1 through 10s is 2, 10. Just like if you do the Roman calendar, you have the X, which would be 10. Then if you have 2 X's, it would be 20, right? So here we have Ua is 1, soon is 2. So if you say soon, and then Mut, which is 10, it's 20, okay? So if you wanted to do a number like 25, so we go Ua, soon, Kunt, Fidju, Juau. And 25 would be soon, Mut, Juau, right? 50 would be Juau Mut. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm going in the quick phase, right? So that's how we count, right? Even whenever we're doing that, and so we'll be graduating from using a foreign language, which is English, and going to our mother tongue, which is Middle Neck. Now, I'm not the best um, uh, ancient Egyptian hieroglyph speaker, okay, with Middle Neck. I'm probably maybe about second grade. However, you talk to some second graders, and they got a pretty good, tongue of the language, right? But I'm definitely not a high school graduate or college graduate or scholar, and I got some vocabulary, some understanding. Okay, all right. So that puts that there. All right. So and in that, I'm open for teachers that would teach mental health, and we have some in the community that does that. All right. Going for the next part. What next time when we do the roll, we're gonna come up on our knee. So you're gonna roll and come up on your knee. If you don't have to use your hands, don't use your hands. If you have to use your hands, use your hands. Okay? So, ready? So, ooh, ooh, soon, soon, come, come, did you, wow,
Wow.
sights, Sabet,
But
human,
woman,
Christian,
Mr.
mud. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the exact same thing. This time, we're gonna stand all the way up. Okay. I hope you're starting to feel that we're getting warmed up now. Just doing the roll, right? Okay, ready? So back. Ooh, ooh. Soon, soon. Boom, boom. Did you? Wow,
Wow.
sights. Back,
But
human,
woman,
twist,
Mr.
what? Okay, but now it's it. So whenever we person normally takes a martial arts class, if they're doing Japanese karate do or jiu-jitsu, they have their instructor, and they call their instructor sensei. If they count ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, all that in Japanese language. They learn the vowels and the caricatures of the Asian language. As China, called an instructor Sifu. They go through Chinese methodology of philosophy with the uh, Qi and Yin and Yang and all that. They do Korean, they speak Korean, let's take Taekwondo, all that. So someone that as an African that goes on to learn and master a Asian martial arts, and they become a great master of that, but they haven't mastered their own culture. They don't know their own language. They don't know the culture that goes along with that ceremony. They have been indoctrinated to another system the Asian system, and they feel that they are the master or grandmaster of themselves, but they really have been indoctrinated in another person's culture. This is why it's important that whenever we do our techniques, that we speak our language. We have names for our positions, our strikes, our teachers, those things. That way we're not just mastering another person's culture thinking that we know it all. But really that we, since we are the premier grandmasters of all of it, we should respect the language and culture where everything came from. So that's the concept why we're starting to now count.
You know, it's interesting you say that. I think I told you the one thing that kept me from getting a black belt in Taekwondo was I didn't feel comfortable knowing the Korean language that we needed to know.
Yes.
That's the only reason I'm not a black belt right now. And what's ironic, and then what's funny is nobody else really needed to know the Korean anyway. But in my mind, I felt I needed to.
Right. Okay. So, but yet, you know, that's a whole different philosophy. There's a book that I even wrote about this. Because Bruce Lee, if you watch some of the Bruce Lee movies, as a Chinese immigrant or whatever, he's always fighting the Japanese, or he's fighting a foreigner coming into China and bringing in corruption. He's fighting for Asian nationalism. Whenever he comes to America, he's fighting the enemy here. Okay, so the enemy has always been the foreigner, and honoring and respecting his Asian Shaolin culture and all that, and things. So that's why he bonded so closely to Jim Kelly, the Black Karate Federation, boxing, Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all those he bonded. His first student was a black man. Okay, so anyway, that goes there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next roll. It's a backwards roll. I want you to watch me do this as I do it sideways. Okay, so I'm laying flat. I'm going to put my ear to my shoulder. Okay, and from there, I'm going to bring my knees to the other side of my shoulder over here. So I want to do this backwards now so you can see this in this direction. I'm going to put my ear to my shoulder. Notice I'm not just putting my chin to my shoulder. My ear goes to my shoulder, and I want to lift my knees and bring them over on this shoulder here. They're going to go over here. So watch this. Here, knees up, kick them over, and I'm on this position. Okay? So I want to do that again in this angle. Here. I want to move my ear to this side and bring my knees over to this side here. Here. Now, before you do it, most important is that you don't bring your knees on both sides of your head. Because if you do, you'll hurt your neck. You have to bring your knees on both sides of your shoulders to do it. Okay? So I'm going to watch you do it for the color. Make sure you're doing it right. Yes, you did it right. Okay? And so I'm going to continue to do it, Brother Okolo, while I'm going to watch Brother Kumar do his. Yeah. Let me see it again, Okolo. Yes, okay. Now, you did it perfect, but we're just going to take it to the next step as you do the backwards roll. You're going to come up into this standing type kneeling position. Okay, so that you're always ready to be in defense. So let me see it again. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's do it again. Do it this time. Put your head on the other side. And take your knees to the other side. Yes. Yes. Again. Yes. Yes. Again. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's the backwards roll. All right. You can see just doing rolls start to warm you up. Okay. The next roll is going to be the cat roll. The cat roll is going to be in this fashion, where I'm laying on my stomach, and then as I roll over on my back, my elbows and my knees come up. Let's see here. The elbows and knees come up to protect my center line. So as I roll, my hands are outstretched, my feet are outstretched. As I roll back again, my knees and elbow come up. Okay, got it? Let me see you do it. Your knees come up. Here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, good. So that's called the cat roll. All right. So the next one that we're going to do is called, we're just going to skip straight through into the cartwheel. Are you able to do a cartwheel, Brother Okolo?
Oh, yeah, very well.
All right, let's do a cartwheel. Watch me do it first so you can get the way I want you to be done. I want you to be low when we do a cartwheel, not the calisthenic relays go up real high doing cartwheels. I want you to be low so that you'll be in a fighting mode as you do a cartwheel. Here. Now, as you notice, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at you doing the cartwheel. I'm not putting my head down looking at the ground as I'm doing it because my opponent is in front of me. If I look down, they may be putting, shooting, whatever, doing that. So you got to be looking at the opponent as you're doing the cartwheel. Okay, got it? Let me see you do the cartwheel.
Hey, how do I, let's see.
You're good. Go ahead and do it from one side. Yes. Other side. Nope. You did it the same side. Look at me. Okay. Okolo. Ready? Follow me. Okay. Right hand down. Left hand down. Feet up. Feet up. Okay. This side. Left hand down. Yeah. So that way you can do it on both sides. There you go. Yes. And the other side. Yes. Yes. Try to go lower. That's it. Good. The lower, the better. Right. Good. Okay. So that's the cartwheel. Next one is going to be the monkey roll. We're going to go back to the ground for a second. Okay. The monkey roll. The monkey roll, you're going to start on your knee. Okay. And you're going to roll from my arm across my shoulder blade. Come here for a second. That way I can show a little bit better. Getting the position to roll. Okay. And put your hands in position. There you go. Okay. So he's going to roll over his arm here across the shoulder blades. Up top here, turn around with your butt to him. Okay. Across the shoulder blades, turn around some more. Across the shoulder blades to this thigh and to this ankle. Okay. So it's going to go across this arm, across the shoulder blades, to the thigh and to the ankle. Okay, thank you. So watch me for a second. And notice that I do not touch my tailbone or my butt whenever I do this. I'm just going across my shoulder blades. You're high whenever you're doing this. You're not low on your back. You're high on your back, right? So as I do this, I'm coming here. I'm rolling on my arm, going across my shoulder blades, landing on this thigh, okay? So I'm here, okay? Like so. That was close, but you notice that you hit your butt, and you don't want to touch your lower back at all. You want to be on your shoulder blades rather than on your butt. Okay, now stop it. Okay. Close, much closer, right? But whenever you do it, have your hands on the ground already. Put both hands down here. Wait, before you start, put your the hand that's by your one hand by your foot. Okay, switch your feet. Switch your knees. That's up. There you go. Okay. So let's sit here. I gotta interpret the position that you're in. You're in this position. I want you to switch your. I want you to the knee that's down is the hand that's down. And so one hand is down by your foot, and the other hand that's down by your knee is the shoulder. The hand that's by your knee is the shoulder that you're going to roll over. Okay, so look at me. This is my hand that's by my knee. Okay, so this is the shoulder that I'm rolling over. It looks like you're going to roll over this one. I don't want you to roll over this one just yet. I want you to roll over by the one that's with the hand down by your knee. Yes. So you're going to push off with your foot, so to speak, and roll over with the hand that's on your foot. Go. Yes, exactly. Do it again.
Okay,
exact
so it's sort
side.
of like, so you're diagonal in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Now, don't just put your hand down. I want you to use this. The reason being that later on, you'll be doing it from a standing position. You need that to actually catch yourself. Okay? Yes, that's it, Okolo. Right. Good. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Well, that one you rolled over across your back rather than your shoulder blades.
Yeah, I switched arms and I was trying to.
I got you. Go ahead, do it again. I can see you. Good. Good. Yes. Okay. I don't want you to just put your hand. Sometimes you have to catch yourself as you're doing it. Okay. Start from the stand-up position now. Yes. All right. You're all on your butt there. You want to be up on your shoulder blades.
Trying to get the feeling of it with my left arm.
Uh-huh. Good. You're
When
doing
you
good.
step, right foot going to be forward when your right hand is going down?
Yes. Well, okay. So let's pause for a second. In the learning the first time, you got to have it as a standard method. Once you get it, it doesn't matter which foot is forward or which arm you're going over. You just do it. You just go with the flow. But for now, I have to give you something to get started with. So just have one method of consistency that you feel comfortable and successful on. Do it on the other side now. Yes. Yes, good, Okolo. Good, Demar. Good, Okolo. Good. Don't think about it, just do it.
Oh, I'm thinking too much.
That'll work. Okay. That'll work. Yes. Okay, you can pause. All right. Go ahead, do it one more time, Okolo. It's working. It's coming in. Again, once you do this 50 times a day for 20 days, you got it 1,000 times. You got the beginnings of it. Okay. So now we're going to play a game. All right. Okolo, the options that we have here are that we can do the sit up as such. You can do the backwards roll. You have the cat roll. Okay. We have the cartwheel. We have the monkey roll. Okay. So now I want you to pick 3 rolls that you like, and then we're going to do them. Okay. What's the 3 rolls that you want to do?
Backwards, forwards, and cat.
Okay. So the forward would be like the monkey roll.
Monkey roll, right.
Okay. All right. So the backwards roll, monkey roll, cat roll. All right. So I'm going to do this so you can see how it flows together. Okay. So you have the backwards roll. Then you did the forward roll or cat monkey roll. And then you have the cat roll. Okay. So that's what you just described. All right. So let me see you do it now. Backwards roll, monkey roll, and then the cat roll. All right. Okay. All right. So now we're going to have Brother Demar do his 3. Okay. Let's watch Demar do his 3. Which one you? No, actually, you're going to do the exact same 3 that he did. Okay. Backwards. Backwards roll. Monkey and cat. Monkey and the cat. Backwards roll. Monkey roll. And then the cat roll. Back. Yeah, you can bring it back. Yeah. All right. Okay. Brother Demar, now you get your choice of your 3. Which ones you want to do? Monkey. Mm-hmm. Scissors. He just did right now. Those are mine. Those are your ones? Yeah. Okay, you still got you got the going from the seated standing. You have the cartwheel. And you have any other versions you want to do? Seating, standing. Seating to standing. Mm-hmm. Cartwheel. And I'll speak to the monkey roll too. Okay, seating, standing, cartwheel, and then monkey roll. Let me see it. Well, no, let me do it first. All right. So we're going to be seated to standing, cartwheel, and monkey roll.
You know what? Can we do seating, monkey, and then cartwheel?
Oh my goodness.
He just wants to see you work.
What'd you say again now?
All right, seating to standing, monkey, and then cartwheel.
Seating to standing, monkey roll, and then cartwheel.
Sure.
Okay. Seated to standing, monkey roll, and then cartwheel. Okay. All right. That's what you wanted. There you go.
So just to clarify, the
yes.
monkey roll. Oh, go ahead. Watch him.
Okay.
Sorry.
Seated to standing, monkey roll, and then cartwheel. Very good. Okay, your turn, Okolo. Make it the best that you can. Kind of just go with the flow.
Seated to standing, and then monkey roll, and then cartwheel. Okay.
Correct. Excellent. Okay, so what we just did was an example that can be multiple things, because if we're fighting, we have to have the dexterity of being able to be on the ground, use the ground with various rolls and everything, and be able to get up and protect yourself at all times, right? So these are just starting to begin to use these rolls for that. Now I want to show you an example that you're not ready yet for, but as an example of how to apply this for combat, okay? Just an example. So stand here for a second, Brother Damar. And so make sure you're in the camera, okay? Stay right there, put one leg in front of you. All right, put the other leg in front of you for now, so over the camera. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is basically do a monkey roll and takedown, okay? So for example, since I'm just reviewing, I'm in this defensive posture here as I'm in my seated position. Now my foot could be in here, across in the middle of my shin, or it could be over on this side of my foot, depending on which foot I decide to use. So if he were to come in close to me, right? Come on. So I can use my back leg to strike if I wanted to, right? Step back and step in again. I can use this leg to come into the strike again, okay? Come in again. I can come in this way if I wanted to strike again. So we went over these things, but implying these, I can do where I can do a roll to get up away for evasion, or a roll into attack. So for example, if he were to come in again, and I wanted to do my back kick, you can see I'm already in position to either do a cartwheel or a monkey roll. Okay. Come in again. As I come in here, okay, and I start to hook him down, okay, and then come in with me and kick him off, I may be able to do a cartwheel or a monkey roll or a cat roll, or just stand up real quick off of that. So I'm using these. Put your foot out in front of you. If I wanted to do a takedown with a monkey roll, I can just roll into his ankle, for example, and take him down. So I can come in here, look, and do a monkey roll, taking him down. All right, do this from that angle. So here, what I'm doing, I'm just positioning myself so that I can, if I wanted to strike or whatever, I'm hooking the foot and then doing a monkey roll. Okay. And then from here, I can do this elbow straight down to the hip. Okay. And so I'm saying that there's tons of different things that can be done. I did that from the ground position. Stand back up again. Everything you can do while on the ground, get back. Not, but everything you can do from the ground, you can do from standing as well. So if I wanted to do stand up to immediate ground technique, I could. I can go kicking to the head, punching him in the gut, and then taking him down from here if I wanted to. Right? Boom. Right? So I hope you saw that on camera. Okay. So you can do different variations of height that, and if you saw this, and I did this for real, it would almost seem instantaneous that I kicked him in the face and I took him down. But most people wouldn't see how I took him down doing the monkey roll. Okay. But now you know. So now you know how that works. Okay. So I guess you want to get that piece there on recording. Huh? Okay.
No, we're already, it's already being saved to those other places, but I realized I wasn't saving it in Zoom, which is probably the easiest way to share it. But this is more just getting me to understand what this setup is like.
Okay.
What the
option. All right. So in that, so I just wanted to show that there's, in the roles, they're not just calisthenics of what we're doing. There's practical application to these things. Okay. So even if I was in this position here and I wanted to take him down from this position here, I can slide into him basically and scissor him, taking him down. I can slide, scissor, port my body, taking him down. From here, I have his ankle. I can break his ankle, right? After I break his ankle, I want him to escape. So I open his leg up, kick him in his groin, and then do a backwards roll into my stand-up.
It's crazy how you're not doing it like fast, but how effective it is. Because even just slightly like pushing on my ankle, I feel myself already falling. You barely just did this, and I feel like if some real force were to be applied, it's gone.
Yeah.
This is gone. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I'm an old man.
Yeah.
With a little gap. But to keep doing this helps keep me strong, right? Definitely. And yeah, we will continue to. But I just wanted to show these things in that that the variety of the options that you can do with just the rolls, okay? And for example, we combined a technique that went with the wrist grab to what we did with the roll. So let's stand up and do the wrist grab again. So you grab the wrist. So if you're just using one hand, I can punch to the face, bring the elbow down, this hand comes out. And if I want to come in with this here, I'm locking this arm. I'm locking this arm, I'm stepping on his foot. This hand can come to his head as I push him down, right? As he falls, I'm breaking his ankle. If I wanted to, I could break his arm as you feel that? Yeah. I'm breaking his arm as he falls. And as he goes down, I'm slamming his head into the ground. Going there, snapping his neck. And if I wanted to, you notice as he falls, I can always grab his trachea and collapse his trachea. All right. So this is really nasty stuff. All right. So I did that standing up. Whenever I took him down, he's in similar position to do the exact same thing on the ground. All right. So you're able to use these combinations of what you already learned already. Okay. that incorporates the rolls and the wrist wrap. Okay, so let's go back down again. You can have a seat. There's so much I could show you and the different diversities on a few things that you got already on a couple lessons that could make you very, very effective. So all you have to do is just, again, practice it over and over and over, and then you'll start adding into your cake, if it's a marble cake or a lemon cake or pecan pie or whatever, you start doing whatever bakery that you want with this, with the few ingredients that you have to make it your own. Okay? Because for me to go through A through F for each one, it would be forever. Right? Yeah. You kind of have to get whatever you want. So for example, if I'm down here and he grabs my wrist, okay? He grabs my wrist to here. You may be, so you're going to do the exact same principle, but I want to do it with ground technique. So I'm going to kick to the ankle as I break the hold, and then this foot's going to come up, right? And since he's not down yet, I'm going to just move over, boom, right? Boom. And then, I'm not sure if we're showing that camera or not, but this knee,
yes, you are.
Either on his chest, or I didn't really like him, okay, on his face, right? So there's a lot you can do as you're on the ground. What we call this, these techniques here in the animal system is the tiger. These are tiger moves, where you're doing these rolls and all this type of stuff and growling. You incarnate yourself as that tiger, as that cougar, as that lion, as that feline pet haru. Segment cat, that lioness that's ready to just snap. And you don't even want to mess with a cat that's hissing, right? That's bearing its claws. So these are the things here that you can do along with that. All right. So this is some of the concepts in that. Questions?
Just, yeah, real quick question. When you talk, I know we always hear about the crane system and the tiger system and all these different styles of Kung Fu. Were they all just, as you would call them, different colleges and people would learn all of them? Or were there people that sort of branched off and they became specialists in one or the other?
Well, all of that.
Depending on, yeah.
Yeah. So they're just like what I was discussing with my wife and stuff, because they've been around this as long as they've been knowing me, is that there's so many subsystems that can be taught as a certain certification of a particular piece. Then there's a general, when you go to school, you get your general education classes. But sometimes you have a special class and a special certification. A firefighter, an EMT is only going to learn the basic first aid and CPR and how to drive a car, a truck. They're not going to be trained as a paramedic that can do, the whole nine, basically, as doctor out in the field. So you can get a basic certification for EMT 1, EMT 2, paramedic 1, paramedic 2, and all that type of stuff. So similarly, in martial arts, you can learn the basic self-defense. You can learn just an animal system of tiger. If you just learn this, you're a bad mammy jammy. You don't have to learn the monkey, the snake, and the crane. But once you learn all of them, then you transform being able to do things as a quote unquote dragon. Okay. So that's where you start learning how to use.
That's where dragon. Oh, interesting.
Pardon?
Oh, so is that? No, it's interesting that's where dragon comes from. My first karate school was called DC Dragons.
Well, actually, so in Kemet, you had the crocodile. The crocodile was named as Sabet.
Sobek, that's my name actually.
There you go. And so if you imagine a flying crocodile, that's where the Asians got their dragon from. A flying crocodile, a crocodile with wings, is where the Asians get their dragon from. If you look at all the medieval type mystic movies, you'll see that big lizard with wings flying. That is a crocodile with wings, breathing breathing fire. Yeah, and the fire basically is Ra, is the sun. So if you would say Sebek with Ra on it, that is a fire-breathing dragon.
It makes so much more sense when we understand the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so if we just stick into their Asian system, and they may call it Naga, depending on their shape-shifting area, right? So again, we're looking at being that fire being dragon. And what is the fire? The fire is to consume, to destroy, to burn up, to eradicate, you know, all that. So whenever we're doing these techniques, you want to come in with that spirit. And in effect, why the crocodile? The crocodile is a water animal that breathes air. And so he has to have his nose and his eyes slightly above the level of the water so it to survive. But that's all you see. And if he's hit submerged, you don't see anything. But he has the ability to see through the water and above that's on the shore to be able to get his prey. Once he gets his prey, he grabs the prey and it takes it under and it turns. Okay. So whenever you see the Jiname symbol, which I'll show you again. This Jiname symbol is the backbone or the vertebrae. It's also where the yin and yang comes from. If you look at this, you can see the yin and yang. It's also when you look at the spiral of our top of our head or our finger. It's also the galactic spiral. It's also whenever the crocodile grabs and it spins, taking the victim, his prey, underneath the water. So this is coming from Ghana, from the Adinkra symbols, which is thousands of miles away from the Nile Valley. But it shows how we share similar concepts, nothing but God. Okay. So Dr. Jiname. So in that, whenever, stand up for a second. So if he would throw a punch, if I would come in here, elbow, you can see I'm starting to do the spin. You felt this many times before, right? So what I'm going to do now is, before I elbow and then stop here, I want to take you to the next level now, okay? Mm-hmm. So here, you're going to monkey roll with this one, okay? You can see now that he did a monkey roll to escape, okay? I still have hold and control of him, and I can still maneuver him and do whatever I want with him if I want to, right? So, but you can see that now we're doing the rolls along with the techniques, okay? And how you can actually possibly escape if you needed to, if you knew how. Yeah. Before you didn't know how. Yeah, yeah. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so, or we can go on to another level of the techniques and doing this when you know how to do the roll. Okay, so now you're starting to feel where we're going with this. Okay, for example, stand here for a second. If I were to let's see if I can do this here. If I were to say if he's going to step in with your left leg, step in with your leg. If I came here and I kneed it and pushed you down, fall down, and do a backwards roll. So now he's able to do escape. Okay, he's able to do escape on that. See how that works?
That's clean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's different techniques and escapes and utilizing the roles as we do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, any more questions?
I want to. Is there any reference to the lion?
Oh yeah, and Kemet. Absolutely.
I see, and I'm not very versed on the different animals. I was looking at this. I didn't realize that this is a crocodile
Yes.
with. Is this a boar's leg?
That is a hippopotamus leg and a lion's torso.
Ah, it's the lion. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, a minute is crocodile, lion, and hippopotamus. And that we'll go into that trance. That trance there, if you whenever you I'm gonna move my camera over for a second. Let's see here. Let's see here. I want to get to my camera. There we go. Okay, so in this, you'll see my curriculum that goes here. I have different things and formulas and whatnot and so forth that I teach. And if you start looking at where it says warm up, I go into this thing called the minute trance. Okay. What we was doing before, we was doing that unshu rights, that unter netter, okay, the 5 rights. But before we do that, normally I would personally, with my other training, to go into this a minute trance. Okay. So what is the a minute trance? Well, first you got to know, who is a minute? Who is this beast, this Untaru that's right there? That's crocodile, lion, and hippopotamus. What function does a minute play